This is in the creative category. It's titled Magnolia Blossom. And what the artist has done here is to take a simple picture of a magnolia bloom and augmented the texture somewhat and the coloration, and very successfully done this. So, very nice image. We are still in the creative category. This image is titled Tranquil Twilight. It is made with a process called intentional camera movement, where you strike the camera, you move the camera in the direction while you're pressing the shutter. This gives you this wavy coloration. This one was going from side to side very successfully. We're in the open color category. This image, titled Curious, is a gorgeous image of a brown mare looking straight into the camera, almost centered in the picture. The detail, the coloration, the lighting, absolutely perfect. Gorgeous, gorgeous horse picture. The background, which may or may not have been added, is very appropriate for the subject, showing an older house with decaying sidings. We're continuing with the category color. This image shows an old landmark in St. Augustine, the Castillo de San Marcos, and you can imagine it's almost impossible to come up with original pictures of this very frequently photographed icon. The maker in this part has taken and made a very creative image showing a very bright background and an interesting sky with the fort itself under a strong left-hand lighting that leaves the other side somewhat in the dark, but very, very striking. The title was Shrouded in Fog. Very nice image. We're looking now at an image titled Errant Feather, which refers to this feather that's across the beak of the spoonbill. This is a gorgeous picture. The spoonbill is very silently looking into the camera, centered, beautifully in focus. Color is gorgeous without being overdone. It is a complementary color of the pink to the green, works very well. Very nice image. We're now in the open monochrome category. This image is titled Black Church at Boudier. It features yes, it's a church. You can see the cross at the top. It's sometimes shown as a minimalist picture because we have no clouds, a darkened sky, and it's very striking because of the color of the church. But if we were to make it even more minimalist by removing the ground layer, or most of the ground layer, and the bright light coming from around the building on the lower right, it would be somewhat improved. It also would be interesting to see where the light that's falling on the church is coming from, because we have light coming from two sides, but we don't have evidence of the sun source itself. But it's a very effective picture as it is. We are continuing in the open monochrome category. This image is titled Before the Storm. It shows a three-master sailing ship in soft waters in a very pale, slightly brown tone. Everything about this image harkens back to an earlier age. The maker has captured it beautifully. Tremendous skill with handling this image with a delicacy that makes it a very, very fine effort. The reflection of the ship is gradual, very faint. The skyline, nothing is interfering with it. It is just beautiful. But it's a work of art, and those who appreciate minimalism will really like this image.
Hello, my name is Dave Bowers, and I'm here to say thank you for the opportunity to judge this magnificent show of photographic art. So I thank everybody from the top on down from the St. Augustine Camera Club, because there's a lot of stuff here that everyone has put their emotional value into and has put the time and effort. I want to talk about some of the very, very best, and I also want to talk about what goes into the judging process. What are the categories? What does a judge look for when trying to select something really, really outstanding? I want to start with mood. Mood is critical to an image. Follow me over here and take a look at this for just a moment. This is mood. This is gesture. Look at the eye contact. Isn't that magnificent? Absolutely special. The fact that this is focused within this entire plane and the background is diffused a bit. I'm going to guess maybe 5.6 on the aperture. But what goes into putting all of this art together so that it's suitable to be curated and judged for a show? I think it's important to note that all of us believe that they, being the photographer, have got the best photograph, and it's on the wall and it's right over there. I'll tell you a story. Two photographers sit down for dinner and they start talking about some of the things that they do pictorially. And the one says, well, you know, I've got the latest and the greatest Nikon Z9. It's mirrorless. It's the best on the market. And I go to the most exotic places in the world, so I get the best images. I'm definitely a professional, based on the fact that he has the latest and greatest, and he goes to the most exotic places. When in fact, that's not true. It's all about the light. It's all about the light. And so when we go around here today and look at some of these images that scored very, very high, I want to concentrate on the light. Okay, so let's take a look at the monochrome category. What goes into a really wonderful black and white image? My opinion, it's the gradation of the grayscale. It shows detail. It shows depth. This image here, not the upside down, is really, really wonderfully composed in that we've got a line coming out of the upper right-hand corner. We are encapsulating the subject, and deep down into the print, it's all in focus. That's a very, very fine print. Just as this one over here, the boneyard. Look at this grayscale. Look how nice these clouds stand out, and there are no highlights. The clouds stand very, very nice by themselves. We got a lovely line coming here out of the corner, and it sets up beautifully pictorially. Here's an image that points out very, very nicely the very, very effective use of light. Light source here on this magnificent print is coming from the street lamp, and we have a subject that is lit, and the number of subjects in this print is 3. When putting together your subjects, 1 is good, 3 is great, definitely not 4, in no way would you want 5. But this is a wonderful print. There's a gesture here, there's a mood here, and it sets up very, very nicely. I'd also like to point out this, in what I consider to be fine art. This image, and I'll come over here so you can see it better. This image was shot obviously with a tripod and with probably a neutral density filter. I'm thinking a 6-stop or even maybe a 10-stop filter with an exposure, I'm gonna guess, don't know the light of day, 2 minutes. And look how silky this ocean looks as it goes through to the horizon, but yet The texture in the rocks is outstanding. This is a magnificent image, and the choice of the maker to put it on metal was perfect. Another very, very important component with respect to creating photographic art, and that's why we're here, is the creative side in your post-production software. To capture image and the data and not process it in something like Lightroom or Photoshop or Topaz Studio or On One, and then think you're going to effectively compete against others, you're just missing it. It's the digital darkroom. And I want to show you some really, really fine examples of the maker of the Explorer. This has just got mood, and it tells a story without words. You can look at this, look at the subject. There's a light. Remember, we talked about how important the light was. The light coming out of that upper right-hand corner, and it wasn't even necessary for the subject to be looking at the camera. The fact that the gaze is out through the image, magnificent, beautifully composed, and the decision to put it on metal, spot on, really good. I got another one over my shoulder, got another really good one too. Take a look at this. Look at this magnificent detail. You know, in judging this image, you've got to take a look at, again, where's the light? So here we have something that is, in effect, backlit. But look at this action through here that's captured in a moment, and the detail. Again, here's a great opportunity to have an image that tells a story without words. With the discussion specific to post-production, here's a nice example of split toning. We don't need this, however. Alan, good job. That's very nice. I'll cover it up though. Excellent photograph. I love the backlit. I love the split tones, deep. The blacks are really, really good. I'll straighten that up. I like that a lot. Good job, Alan. But now, come with me. I want to show you my favorite. I got a favorite, and I want to take you there, and I'll tell you why. Come on with me. Come here, I want to show you something. Yep. So here we go. I know you can't see it, but this is my favorite. And this is a great example of an image that first time I saw it, I said, I wish I had taken that. Look at this. Isn't this wonderful? Take a look at this story of this woman who retrospectively is looking at herself as a young girl. A great, great composition, beautifully balanced. I like this one a lot. So this is Dave's favorite. I know you don't have a favorite in show. This is Dave's favorite. So thank you on behalf of myself for allowing me to come in and to talk to you about what goes into photographic art, what are some of the components of a really good photograph, mood, gesture, and technical aspects, and you're off and running. So as we say in photography, stay focused and see what develops.